Time to get busy. It's finally warm in here. Got the patio heater inside. It's not toasty, but it's workable. This is what we got outside, so time to get busy. All right. Now, the first thing I'm going to do this morning is check for bent rods, and if they're not bent, then I'm going to pull the rocker arm cover off. So I'm going to get started. I'm just going to pull all these out, store them. This chore is a lot easier if you get the coils out of the way. Alright, there we go. Throw that back there for now. Get these other two. Way, and these guys are labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, so no sense in keeping them in order. And number 1, it's got some oil down inside there, so I'm thinking either this is leaking or the gasket right around the top. I'll check that if I have to take the rocker arm cover off. Alright. So, okay, now pull the plugs. Alright, these are hard to find. That is an 18mm deep well, thin wall socket, and I've got at least a half a dozen, maybe more. 8, 9 spark plug wrenches, and none of them fit except for this. That's why I painted it red, so I can find it next time. Alright, let's get down in here, start loosening this up. Alright, I love this little guy. I can just go right down in there, don't even get my fingers dirty. Ta-da. So I'll set those over here for now. Come on, there we go. You can buy these on Amazon, and they are certainly handy. Alright, those all appear to be about the same, and I'd say it's running a little bit too rich, but can't be sure. And normally, or in the past, I've used this long soda straw to measure the depth of each piston by sticking this down the spark plug hole and then marking it, and then moving on to the next piston to make sure they're the same distance. But since I saw Steve's video on, I'm going to make me one of those tools like he's got, and that should work out better and be a little bit more precise. And there it is. That was easy. So get over here and let's start doing some measurements. So 1 and 4 should be the same. Alright. Push that down to where it just touches. And ready. 4 should be the same. It's on top, and it is it's the same. Double sure. It didn't hold. Alright. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Now, 2 and 3. Push that down. He's gonna fight with me. I need that hose out of the way. Okay, just set number 2. I'm going to try this on number 3 down here. And they are the same. No bent rods. So, time to take the rocker arm cover off. Alrighty. That is 10 millimeter. That is also 10 millimeter. I'm going to take these valves off. These exhaust gas valves, because it makes it easier to slide this out. Also, I've got to take this off. There's no way I can get that rocker arm cover out without taking these pieces off. So a little more plastic work, and then I'll be pulling it off. Well, from down here, it looks like that cover might come off under here. I'm not sure yet. May have to move this frame a little bit out of the way. But this was the main obstacle. And now it's off there. There might be enough clearance there. And to tell you what, this bike has got a lot more rubber plastic doodads on it than my other bike over here had. So I guess my other bike's been worked on quite a bit. Anyhow, mistake I made, don't make this mistake, is you take this cover off so that you can crank the engine slowly by hand. And I put this piece of plastic under here to catch the oil as it came gushing out in the pan. And I didn't push it in there far enough, so it found a path along here, down into the bottom piece of the plastic, and dripped down there, ran across over there. It's just everywhere. So if you're going to do this, put plastic as far as you can under there so it doesn't make a mess like mine. Alright, get this guy out. This hose, it goes from the exhaust gas back to the airbox. It's just pressed into the airbox, so once you get that clip off, you should be able to grab it and just pull it out, just like that. So over there. Now these guys should come out pretty easily now. Okay, when you get them loose, you can push it forward a little bit to get some clearance over here, and then just swivel it out to the right side and lay it back over here. And now you can work on the rest of the screws. I've got these loose already, so should be ready to take this thing off in just a few minutes. Now the center bolt is a little bit harder to get to because the hose that comes off of the thermostat goes right over the top of that. But luckily, I got this little tiny ratchet that just fits under here. Plenty of room to spare. And this is the last one. There we go. Okay, all the screws are out. You should be able to just put a little bit of pressure on that guy and get under there. Hey, well, it's very loose. Okay, I should be able to do this without a screwdriver. Just pry on it by hand. Ah, there we go. Okay, I think it's ready. Okay, here's a little snag. For clearance, you need to loosen thermostat up and pull it back a little bit. And just for the sake of clearance, I took the other side panel off over here. It's only 8 screws, and it comes off very easily. But that gives me a lot more room to play. So anyhow, I got this out of the way, so maybe it'll come out now. Yes, it's coming. Ta-da! That's how you do it. Okay, so that over here, that needs clean. Now we can do a good inspection on anything that's making noise. Okay. Well, I thought for sure I was going to see a cam load ground down to nothing and slapping one of the lifters, but that's not the case. So maybe it's further down in. Do a little more inspection here and see what I can find. What I'm finding, which I don't believe is the source of the noise, is all the valves are set too tight. All the lifters. This is supposed to be, the intake is 007, and this is 005, and it won't even go in there. So same way with the exhausts. They're supposed to be 009. They don't go in. So let me see what the smallest gauge I got here. Let's see. 005, 008, 007, 009, 0015. Let's start with the 004. 004 won't go through either. I'll be damned. Smaller than the 004. Ah, there's no 002. And the 002 will not go through. I'll be damned. I don't even know if the valves are even closed. There's no play at all under that. That is sitting right on the valve. No gap at all. So, well, that could be one problem. I guess I can set the valves and then see if the noise goes away. I'm using 2 feeler gauges so I don't have to be swapping back and forth. This one's set at 9, and that one down there is set at 7. Just finished that one. It's funny, none of these have any clearance. You can see that 9 is not getting under there at all. Damn, Sam. Let me see, go get my socket out. Those both set at 9. And okay, that's good. Alright. Got oil everywhere, but I cleaned it up. Put the side cover back on so that I can start this baby and see how the valve adjustment turned out. Come on, baby. What? Chill. hear the knock anymore. Yeah, it can't tell me that it's just the valve adjustment was making that knocking noise. Hey! Okay. Well, I'll put the top back on it so the exhaust doesn't go. You can see the exhaust coming out these holes here. So, well, maybe that fixed it. I gotta put the top on it though, make sure.